Hey guys, this video is about conditional probability, and when you're dealing with conditional probability, probably something that a lot of students get stuck up on is the notation, which is how it's written. And so I want to go over that real quick, and then we're going to do conditional probability from a table. So this is probability of event A, and it's read P of A. That's just the probability of some event A happening. So what's the probability of getting a college degree? What's the probability of winning the lottery? What's the probability of rolling a 6 on a die? This dash right here, this says probability of A given B. So given B, so given that B happens, what's the probability of event A happening? This might be like, what's the probability of getting a speeding ticket if you drive a red car? So if you drive a red car, what's the probability of getting a speeding ticket? Something like that. This is a intersection right here, and it's probability of A and B. So you say that and. I like to think of this kind of like an N, so A and B, A and B. It's probability of A and B happening, and so in the Venn diagram, it's where they intersect. And when you're dealing with these, you multiply. And then the last one is probability of A union B, or A or B happening. It's probability of A or B happening, and this one you add. And so the Venn diagram now, it's the probability of both of them happening like that. And this actually is, we're gonna write this a little different a little bit later on, and you'll see why. But basically, it's probability of A or B happening. You want to add the two together. Okay. All right. So let's look at our worksheet. In this case, we have our table, and we have education and salary of employees. So we have education right here, and we have salary right here, and you'll see it's all filled out for us. Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to add the tables. Or that said, I'm going to add my columns, and I'm going to add my rows across, and then that's going to give me a total number of people. So there's 1,200 different people right here, and I'm going to use that to help me. Okay, so number one, what is the probability of an employee has less than a high school education? So less than a high school education, it doesn't matter what salary, it just matters the total. So it's 107 out of 107, or there are 107 people with less than a high school education out of 1,200, and that's it. You can write this as a decimal, 107 divided by 1,200, and you can say it's 0.09 percent, not percent, but chance. Employee earns under 20,000. So how many employees earn under 20,000? 296, 1,200. And this brings up the next point. You should always reduce the fractions. So since 6 and 0, the last digits are even, I know it's at least divisible by 2. So 296, I know it's 8. It'll divide all the way down to 37 over 1,200 divided by 8. 150. Okay. Probability an employee earns over 30,000 and has less than a high school education. So over 30,000 and less than a high school education is 2 out of 1,200, or 1 in 600 chance. Employee earns under 20,000 and has a college degree. So under 20,000 and has a high school degree, college degree, is 13 out of 1,200. And E says probability an employee earns over 30,000 given, remember this is given, that they have only high school education. So given that they only have a high school education, so we're only talking out of 224, earns over 30,000 is 14. So 14 out of 224. That'll simplify down to half of 14 is 7, and that's 112. F. Probability an employee has less than a high school education, given that they earn over 30,000. So how many people earn over 30,000? 404 is my denominator, and has less than high school education is 2. So that'll be 1 out of 202. And again, if you want to change that to a decimal, it'd be, 2 out of 404 would give you the same decimal as 1 over 202. Okay? All right.